Hello and welcome back to the TNC podcast, episode number 2 from Self-Isolation. Thank you so much for your support on yesterday's episode. We said if it hit 100 likes, we would bring you another one tomorrow, which is today, and it did. It smashed through the like barrier. Let's do it again. If this episode hits 100 likes, we'll be back again for another TNC podcast from Chris's kitchen and my living room. Chris, are you okay?
I am okay.
Yeah.
I'm keeping on.
Good.
And I hope everyone that's watching and listening is doing exactly the same.
Good.
I hope everyone has listened to the advice yesterday from us, not the government, from us, obviously, and is sticking to those principles of positivity, community, helping each other out, and talking to more Norwich fans.
Certainly. We'll be getting on to some local company shout-outs later on. We asked yesterday if any of you have a business or a friend has a business that's struggling maybe a bit with the current times. Let us know. We'll shout them out. Hopefully, we'll be able to bring you some value. Also, Chris, I don't know if it's the same for you, but I'm finding these podcasts incredibly valuable because it makes me get showered and dressed. Because now that... Now that I'm working from home, I don't have to. I can just chill on the sofa with my laptop, the occasional Skype just in the ears to keep up to check with the team at work. And it's a fantastic opportunity, this, to scrub up and look smart.
There is this whole thing about now, obviously, the business world are going to be working from home. There's lots of conversations about getting dressed from your hip upwards.
Yeah.
So, just don't bother with the bottom half. Just stick a shirt on.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
I think, though, if you're bothering to put a shirt on, then bother to put trousers on as well. It doesn't take that much more time.
Well, I don't know. It's quicker if you want to go to the toilet, isn't it?
Well, that's true. That's very true. Anyway, let's get on to some news. There's been developments in the coronavirus story today in regards to football. It had originally been postponed, the EFL and the Premier League, until April the 4th. That date has now been extended to April the 30th. No games across England can be played until that date. What has also been discussed from all of the 20 Premier League teams across a video conference call today is that the season can go beyond June the 1st, which means that due to the delay, the aim is to still complete the season, but it will obviously come at a later date. Chris, thoughts on that news? Do you see the season finishing now? We're going to have to go another month without football. How do you feel?
I'm still worried. I am worried. Just for British society, well, worldwide. I'm worried in general for the world. It's a tough time, isn't it? I think football is trying to put up a fight, but I think football's coming across as a bit arrogant at the moment. I think what will happen is we'll get to that point, and then they'll realise that it's going to take a while to get out of, isn't it? Let's not speculate too much, but we know that it's going to take a while to get out of. So, for me, that date is unrealistic. I just don't see how we're going to meet that date at all.
Yeah.
It's going to be at least the summer, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I went to Australia at the end of or middle of January, and the coronavirus was really starting to take a hold on China when we were travelling back through Hong Kong. That's taken them a good few months to get to a point now where they're saying they're kind of through the worst of it and shops are reopening and stuff. So if that's anything to go by, April the 30th also seems incredibly optimistic, but it does allow the Premier League and the EFL to have a bit of breathing space, figure out what their next steps are. As we mentioned on yesterday's podcast, there's so many complications with contracts, with kit supplies, all of this stuff you just don't really think about. So that's going to be fascinating. Let us know your thoughts. Do you think football will be back underway on April the 30th? Let us know down in the comment section below. Or if you're listening on iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, wherever, tweet us at TalkNorwichCity. It's also worth mentioning that The Athletic are really proudly supporting this podcast, and they're helping us get content out at the moment. You can get 50% off plus a 7-day free trial at theathletic.co.uk/TalkNorwichCity. That works out with just £2.50 a month. Plus, Chris, I'm sure you've listened to every episode. Michael Bailey has a wonderful podcast on there, doesn't he?
Yes. Well, I've been on it.
You have, haven't you? Yeah.
Mate, it's quality pod. And I tell you what as well, by the way, what a great time great time, not just to study and learn and stuff, but what a great time to subscribe to more content and to absorb yourself in it, for sure. And Bailey's the best in the business. Without a shadow of a doubt, Bailey is the best in the business.
Yeah, we love Michael. And of course, Michael and all the other writers on there have families to feed and roofs to put over their head.
True.
People subscribing to people creating this content really does help. So link to that will be in the description below.
By the way,
what have you got today? What's the smoothie?
I mean, this is an innocent smoothie.
Okay.
And I wouldn't normally have it, but I felt like that sugar through fruit was going to give me a good lift for this podcast, substitution for the normal Americano.
Yeah.
And it's, oh my God, it's delivering.
What's in it?
I think it's the blackcurrant and I can't pronounce it. Is it ACI or ACI or it's all very Waitrose.
Is it acai berries or something?
Yeah, I knew you'd know it.
Yeah, well, no, I don't know it. I've just heard it.
It's a lovely tipple though, I recommend.
No, it looks nice. I did have some blackcurrant squash actually in my Caterham Beer Festival pint glass. I've actually run out of my Waitrose Super Summer shots. Which is a real disappointment. I'm going to be venturing back out into the outside world tomorrow to hopefully get some more. Chris, let's get on to some local business shout-outs. Now, this is the part of the show where we try and support some businesses who are maybe struggling a bit or just want to shout out their members of staff. And you've got one, haven't you?
Yes, of course I have. So, and by the way, keep this going, guys. Before we start this going, this isn't just a one-off thing. This is open to any Norfolk-based business. You can send it on to Jack via his DMs, me via DMs, TalkNorwichCity via DMs. We will pick up. We will guarantee to read out and shout out your local business on the podcast series. So the first shout out, apart from the Cheese Shed's fantastic cheese event this weekend, which we'll talk about soon, we've got a message from Tom Wetton.
Hello, Tom.
Tom Wetton, 1986 is his username, and he says, just seen yesterday's podcast. Good man, thanks for watching. Regarding local businesses to promote, can I suggest my friend's mobile fruit and veg store?
Wow,
what an idea. Mate, that's class.
Yeah.
Get me on the veg train right now.
Do you reckon they sell acai berries?
Well, we're going to find out, aren't we? And I tell you how you can find out, Jack. Their website is rundles5aday.co.uk. So that's Rundles and then the number 5aday.co.uk. She is delivering fruit and veg to businesses, but most importantly, the elderly. Brilliant. I'm sure you can appreciate the importance a business like this could have at such a time. Tom, great shout out. Love the fact that they are giving to the elderly at this time. Well done, you. What's yours, Jack?
Yeah, definitely. Links to that will be in the description, as with all the businesses we shout out. This isn't really a shout out. This is just someone shouting out their members of staff. This comes from the DPD depot in Snetterton, from Craig Brooks, who sits in the snake pit. Hopefully you're not there at the moment, Craig, if you are in work. He says, I'd just like to give a shout out to all my colleagues at the DPD Snetterton who are still going out there delivering goods and sorting them through the warehouse to make sure people get their stuff. Most importantly, the HGV drivers as well, who are the unsung heroes of society. Look,
I'm going to make another shout out.
Sorry?
I'm going to make another shout out if you don't mind, Jack. Completely unprovoked. Teachers.
Yeah.
Teachers deserve more credit at this time. There is unbelievable amount of pressure on education in general, but more than ever, we need to support teachers. We need to support TAs, of course, the NHS. But I'm making a special shout out to teachers. They need your support, big time.
Shout out to the teachers out there. Right, let's get into some Twitter questions. Just the one today. This comes in from James, Chris, and he asks, one transfer rumour, no matter how silly, that Norwich have been linked with in the past, that you would have loved to have seen happen.
You go first, mate.
Okay, so my one, can you remember when we were linked with Virgil van Dijk? From Celtic, and we were like, Scottish Premier League.
McNally, wasn't it?
Sorry?
That was under McNally, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Was that McNally's? Oh, no, McNally. I remember David McNally coming out saying Toby Alderweireld was his biggest transfer at Norwich.
Yeah.
But obviously, Van Dijk will be on that list as well.
Yeah, I mean, at the time we were like, this guy's doing well in the Scottish Premier League. But of course, he's gone on to lift the Champions League. He might win the Premier League. We don't know if that's going to happen, but they're 25 points clear. He's one of the best defenders in world football, and he could have been at Norwich. But of course, the person you mentioned there, Chris, Toby Alderweireld, was very close to being a Norwich player, wasn't he, as well?
He was very close.
Yeah.
He probably actually looked around the training ground as well, by the way. But
I think he did, yeah.
Mine, Fabio Quagliarella.
Yeah.
I pronounced his name right.
Don't think so, but we know you mean.
Yeah, the Italian geezer that we were linked with. We've been linked with in every single transfer window that I've been alive, of which that's 26 years. It seems that we've been linked with this player, a quality Italian forward player for Sampdoria.
That's Sampdoria, yeah, correct.
Yeah. Italian national.
Yeah.
Seems like a good boy.
Yeah.
No, I think he reeks a bit of Nelson Oliveira though, doesn't he?
What, just a fantastic player? I don't know. You know what? I think I've watched him about twice, and both times I've watched him, he scored a goal. So, if we're going off my scouting,
what about the other one, Jack? Well, who's the lad? Forgive me for forgetting. I'm a bit slow now. I'm at home. Who's the guy that's playing for Crystal Palace that wasn't Newcastle?
Dwight Gale.
Dwight Gale. I fancied that.
I did fancy that. Yeah, Dwight Gale was a good player.
Yeah, I was feeling a bit.
You know what? I'd probably still take him now.
Would you? No, great question. Yeah. And if you're watching, listening, tweet us, drop it in the comments below. Would you take Dwight Gale in the future at Norwich City Football Club?
Right, let's move on.
Why are you laughing? That's a completely valid question.
It is a very valid question. The only problem is, Chris, even if we did sign, I only said Chris Gale, and he's of course the cricketer. If we did sign Dwight Gale, he would have no football to play.
Well, of course, yes.
Let's get on to our next segment in the TNC podcast Self-Isolation Special Part 2. And this is our top 5 Norfolk beaches. Yes, we have swayed away from football because there is no football to talk about. So, top 5 beaches. Now, I've been doing lists all week on Twitter. Top 5 beaches, top 5... potato, side dishes, and top 5. What was my other one?
You did eggs, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, my favourite way to make eggs. So here are my top 5 beaches, okay? Number 1, the gem of the East Coast, Great Yarmouth.
Oh, mate, what are you doing? You're not... No, seriously, come on.
No, I'll get to my reasoning after.
Have you got any whiskey under your sofa?
No. I haven't had a drink for quite some time. Number 2...
No, Jack. What are you? No. Why are you putting Great Yarmouth at number 1?
If you let me speak, I'll give you my reasoning at the end. Number 2, Hemsby. Number 3, Blakeney.
Okay.
Number 4, Wells next to sea.
Yeah.
And number 5, Holcombe.
Genuinely, I think you've got that in the complete wrong order. Like, if you flipped that order around, it might be better. So right, give me your reasoning then. Go on.
So my reasoning for Great Yarmouth is I can't think of a coastal town, not only in Norfolk, but in the whole of Great Britain, that boasts a racecourse, a dog track, the oldest wooden roller coaster in the world, the oldest football stand in the world.
Mate, fuck off. We're talking about a beach.
No. We're talking about coastal destinations.
No, we're not. You said Norfolk's best beaches.
Well, I'm thinking that the beach is the whole of Yarmouth. It encapsulates the place.
Oh, come off
We've got Joyland. We've got a fantastic booming industry. The beach. We've got the actual beach itself is booming.
Cruise industry. When the cruise turned up at Yarmouth, there were so many complaints that they blooming stopped it.
What they did do is they took them all on a coach to Norwich.
Mate, you are joking me.
No, so Yarmouth goes at the top. Hemsby in number 2. Some beautiful, beautiful restaurants down Hemsby. A fantastic array of arcades stretching all the way down Beach Road. Fantastic hospitality industry. A wonderful beach, as I mentioned. Although erosion has taken a bit of a hit down there, it's still absolutely booming. You should see Beach Road in the summer. It's like Las Vegas down there. It is brilliant. I like to call it Hems Vegas.
Oh my God.
Blakeney goes without saying, the best crabbing destination.
How many days in isolation have you had?
I'm on my 4th and I'm going slightly stir crazy. Wells is lovely and Holcombe probably does have the most. Probably is the best beach actually, but in terms of a place, not so much.
Mate, honestly, that's a shocking. Honestly, and everyone that's watching and listening to this now, please comment below and tell Jack that he's got his beaches all wrong. For me, the number one beach, because that's what we're debating here, Jack, is sea Pauling. Let me tell you why. The most beautiful setting, and safe zone as well. So they've got this lovely kind of rock shelter around the actual the first part of the sea as you go on. So it's a safe swimming area, great to take your kids, your mum, your dad, your granddad. If they're on the lilo, they ain't floating out into the ocean. I can tell you that. But in Yarmouth, they definitely are. Sea Pauling has got a fantastic local sunbed business. Yes, sunbed business on the beach. And guess what?
Yarmouth has that. Yarmouth has deck chairs. Continue.
Anyway, Sea Pauling is a beautiful beach. You can also hire out a water ski there. Can you do that in Yarmouth?
Probably.
No, you can't do that in Yarmouth
Probably.
Because people are too scared that their water skis will get stolen.
The landscape is completely and utterly spoiled in Sea Pauling with them horrendous sea defences that has been far too much money has been spent on them.
Are you saying you don't respect the environmental needs for sea defences, Jack?
I think...
We're talking about people's livelihood here. People's houses and homes. Your home.
And guess what? Hemsby has been not given the sea defences and people's houses have been lost. So before we start talking the finest sea defences in Norfolk, let's get our facts right here, please, Chris.
I'll take a bit of that. The next one for me is Wells.
I like Wells.
Wells. And by the way, I mean, I will bend the rules a little bit here. The actual village of Wells is lovely, isn't it? Lovely place. Lovely place. Do love Wells. Stunning scenery. Great beach huts. The next one for me is, and I'm looking at a great big Norfolk list here. I tell you, a really overrated, just to go off topic, a really overrated beach. I'm really sorry, Cromer.
Okay, is it the stones you don't like?
What are you doing?
Yeah.
And you know what? Me and the missus, me and Becky, we went away to I think it was Forteventura one year. Got there with wraps. Bless you, mate. Are you all right?
Yeah, sneezing isn't a symptom of coronavirus.
Are you holding your breath for more than 10 seconds?
I'll try. Continue.
Anyway, Forteventura, we got to the beach and we didn't really realise this, and it was completely black.
It's sneezing.
It was mate, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. I think it's hay fever.
Anyway, basically, I would like a nice white beach.
Okay.
White beach. And oh, hang on, Becky's talking. It was black in Tenerife, not Forteventura, she says.
Tenerife,
Becky,
okay.
can you leave me alone whilst doing the podcast, please?
Continue.
Love you. Anyway, this is really weird. This is the weirdest podcast we've ever done. For me, the next one, Winterton-on-Sea. The dunes are stunning. So there you go. I don't know if that's 5, but there you go.
That's 4, but I'll take them. If you are coming to Norfolk, then give any of them beaches a visit.
No. Do not try Yarmouth because you'll be put off Norfolk forever.
You won't. We were going to do our top 5 cheeses, but I think this podcast has maybe run on to... No, Chris, we've got multiple podcasts. There is absolutely no rush here. Please do make sure that you go and visit the Cheese Truckle this Saturday. Friday. Okay. When is the podcast out, Jack? Tonight. Brilliant. Tonight is Thursday night. The Cheese Truckle, the Cheese Shed, are opening a warehouse selling the best restaurant quality cheese at wholesale prices. So it's not cheap, but you get so much more for your money. It's proper stuff, mate. Open warehouse. It's in Lenwade. TalkNorwichCity retweeted the tweet from the Cheese Truckle, so you can go and get the information on there. And if you are short on food, and by the way, cheese keeps for ages. So a really, really good idea if you're cooped up indoors this weekend, make sure you get yourself down to Lenwade, about 20 minutes drive outside of central Norwich, piece of piss to get to. And John at Cheesy Geezer will be there giving out his cheese. Definitely. And nothing gives me more joy than seeing Cheesy Geezer giving the cheese to the people. That really
selling it to the people, of course. But
I don't know if this is going to be quite up your alley, Chris, but I'm a massive fan of the cheesy, the cheesy jacket potato skins where you put the potato in, half them, scoop the filling out, mix the potato with the cheese, maybe put some bacon in there, some chorizo if you're feeling really, adventurous. Put it back in, bake it, lovely cheesy skins, beautiful. I don't know. There's a recipe idea.
I like that, Jack, but let's keep cheese to the next podcast.
Okay, will do. Chris, thank you. Any plans for this evening?
No.
No? Nothing at all?
Oh, no. No, probably not.
I don't know what I'm going to do. Might play board
tell you
game.
what, I think we need to put this to the people, Jack. We need to put this to the great subscribers of Talk Norwich City. Tell us in the comment section, if you've got this far, well done. You are a dedicated subscriber, believe me. Let us know what Norfolk-based topics you want us to cover on the next 3 to 4 podcasts, please.
Yeah, definitely. Chris, thank you. Be sure to subscribe to The Athletic for a lot more in-depth looks at football. There is no talk of cheese over there, but there is great investigative pieces on how the coronavirus is going to affect football in general, financially, jobs, all of that good stuff. Head over there, theathletic.co.uk/TalkNorwichCity for 50% off and a 7-day free trial, which works out about £2.49 a month. What an absolute Barry bargain that is. See you again very soon. Remember, if this episode hits 100 likes, we'll be back again tomorrow talking about our 5 favourite cheeses. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Bye-bye.